All right.
Welcome home, nephews.
Dude, I got to tell you, I love the new intro. That was awesome. Badass
Uh,
to the fullest. Love it, man.
hey, shout out to me. All
You.
right, nephews, we're late, but we're here, and that's what matters. I gotta tell you, real men show up even when life tries to pull us in several different directions. So look, like Johnny says, let's lock in, take a breath. This
Boom.
is Ask Your Favorite Uncles, the one place you're guaranteed truth without theatrics. Now look, tonight we're cutting straight through the nonsense. We're talking dating, discipline, fatherhood, heartbreak, boundaries, all the things most men can't talk about anywhere else without being judged. So if you came here confused, overwhelmed, or just tired of repeating your same mistakes, good. You're in the right place. Johnny and I are about to hand you the clarity that no one else on YouTube is giving you. So call in with your questions, put them in with the chat, engage. We're here to serve, no sugarcoating. My name is William, and let's get rocking tonight.
All right. And I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm a personal trainer and life coach out here in beautiful Pittsburgh, PA, where, by the way, the Pittsburgh Penguins just beat the Philadelphia Flyers in Philly 5-1. Let's go, Pens. That was awesome.
Shout out, Pens.
Anyway, but other than that, not a whole lot of great things happen sports-wise in Pittsburgh. If you know, you know. But I'm not here to teach you about my successes. I'm here to teach you what I've learned from my failures. And by that, I mean things that involved academics, financials, romantic, women, self-esteem, self-respect. I do want to preface everything that I say tonight by telling you, if there is something you are thinking about doing, and it seems reckless, stupid, financially irresponsible, something that could cost you the next 18 years of your life or more, leave it in the comments. Shoot us an email, shoot us a message before you do it, because chances are one or both of us has tried it and found out the hard way why you don't do it. We might be the uncles the whole family talks about, but if you learn the moral to our stories, you'll learn not to repeat our history. We screwed up, so you don't have to. Let's go.
Well said, Johnny.
Good God.
All right, shout out to the chat. Glad you're rocking with us tonight. Again, apologies for starting a little late. We're still going to put on an excellent show for you. We're still going to answer all your questions. We're still going to give you the game on how you're supposed to be moving as men.
And you know something? I do want to pause for a second, and I want to draw people's attention to one thing. Things did not go tonight the way we planned them in advance. It doesn't matter how far in advance you plan something. Sometimes a monkey wrench gets thrown into that. But you know something, as men, we don't make excuses, we make adjustments. Uncle Bill here, he made an adjustment tonight. The show must go on, and the show does go on. So, without further ado, what do you say we get on with this, Uncle Bill?
Let's get it, Johnny. What's our first question tonight? Let's help the nephews out.
Okay, so question one is from Ben. He said, girlfriend ended things. I did not respond. Quick backstory. I dated this girl for 3 months 2 years ago, and she ended things with me over text. She started with she stated that she had too much going on, work, kids, etc. I ended up texting her okay, and then the next day I told her I fell pretty hard, and then I enjoyed our time together. She replied back that she did too, and she really meant it when she said she was falling in love with me. But at this moment in time, she couldn't love me to the fullest. Now, that right there, I'm going to go ahead and say,
not the cap.
But it goes on.
Oh,
2 years went
more?
by. Oh, yeah. Come on, Uncle
tell.
Bill. You know I wouldn't waste your time with something simple. So 2 years went by, and she messaged me on a dating app. She asked me how I've been, and we caught up a bit. And then she asked me if I was open to it. She would want to maybe try again. They have songs, they have movies, they have all kinds of, influence on people, whether it's the media or, drama, whatever it is. It makes people believe that this delusion, anyway. She stated that I was one of the nicest guys she's ever met. Oh, my dinner's coming back up. And that our chemistry was crazy good. I agreed and I decided to give her another chance, mainly because we didn't have any bad times, no fights. That means no passion. All good things, and I really did fall for her. 3 months flew by. We went on a few dates. We went out of town for a weekend together. A lot of fun stuff. That means you got laid. Yeah. Then on the weekend, on the weekend, she was venting about some family drama. I didn't want to say anything bad, so I was just comforting her. She said it seemed like I wasn't interested in what she was saying. I wasn't putting in effort. Wait a minute. You took her away on a weekend and you're not putting, okay, whatever. Maybe I wasn't trying to overstep since it was family drama. So Saturday and Sunday got a bit weird with how she was acting. This morning, which she says was Monday, she texted me, "I can't do this. I'm so sorry." I said, "Can't do what?" She said this whole relationship. It's me. Me, not you. I literally can't. I have too much. I am so sorry for wasting your time. I am sorry for being this way. So she sent these all in separate text messages, and I'm telling you right now. Anyway, he said, I did not and have not replied. And you know something? If you haven't fully processed what was said to you, and you haven't figured out how you should feel about it, you shouldn't reply. Give yourself time to process it. Give yourself, time to think. But I don't think saying anything will help, especially since she did this last time 2 years ago. Literally came out of nowhere both times. Any advice would be appreciated. First of all, I'm going to tell you, this only came out of nowhere for you.
All right, hold on, Johnny. Stacy says, wow, I've been that girl. She may like him, but there's someone else she loves. She's using you. Move on.
Jesus, man. Stacy, thank you. I got to say, I appreciate that because now we don't have to be demonized on the internet for saying exactly what we were going to, exactly, yes.
All right, Ben. Nephew, let me give you the truth here with zero anesthesia, all right? She didn't end the relationship. She repeated a pattern, and not once, but twice. Same script, same exit, same self-blame monologue, same it's me, not you. That's not an accident. That's who she is under pressure. Here's the hard truth. She doesn't break up because you did something wrong. She breaks up because she can't sustain the connection. You get blindsided. You got reintroduced to her core wound. First of all, when a woman ends a relationship out of nowhere 2 separate times, you're not dating her. You're dating her instability, and the instability always wins. Now, the part that you don't want to hear but need to, your silence is the first real act of self-respect in this entire story. Like, don't break it. Don't cave. Don't negotiate with emotional volatility. Okay, she'll probably circle back again in a year or two when life gets heavy and she needs somewhere to feel safe at. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you are definitely the security blanket here. And the thing of it is that this is where she goes when she feels at her lowest. And the reason she goes here when she is feeling her lowest is because she needs to feel above someone. And because you put her up on a pedestal, and she knew she didn't belong on that pedestal, but because you were willing to put her there, she knew that meant that she was going to be able to treat you like you were beneath her. And that's exactly what happened, not once, but twice. And look, man, I don't want to blame you because, look, I was young. I was, idealistic. I, thought all the things you're thinking, okay? But please understand that this is your wake-up call to stop wasting your time, your energy, your resources on on someone who, clearly is not going to even return the interest, let alone the favor.
Brady says, tell her bye, Felicia. At So says, I saw your video about stalkers just now. At So, feel free to call us up if you've been out here stalking women or you got a stalker story, you need some help or something. Bro, we got you. We're here to help. We want to be of service. You got to understand something about us. It's all love here, but sometimes it's tough love, but we still move with integrity. All right, okay. So says my stalker got a restraining order against me, and he has reached out to me over 5 times. I just didn't want to be forced to see him in court. Okay, well, you got to understand that the prosecutors and the people in that court don't want you to be in the courtroom with him either. So a lot of times the judge will grant that without you actually being in the courtroom with him. So if you have questions, so we got you. And I'm glad you clarified you're a woman. I won't accuse you of stalking anybody, but I got to tell you, sometimes we get these young men and they get really confused with their feelings and they don't know how to deal with them. And they pay so much attention to what their ex is doing on such a disturbing level. They really need us to tell them the truth of the matter sometimes. Like I said, it's tough love, but we still move with integrity here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that means that you're not going to be able to gain anybody's respect by bending to their will. If you're trying to fit somebody else's preferences, you are not setting your own. You are now creating a different mold of yourself that you are trying to reinvent because you are trying to get with that girl that looks great in a bikini. Or you're trying to get with that girl who's whatever it happens to be. You're not running your own program. You have no idea what you want in life. Now you're following what you think somebody else wants. You're never going to be happy that way.
John So says, in the state of Nevada, apparently it doesn't matter if he reaches out to me, but I keep telling the police station anyway. Okay, so I got a question. You said my stalker got a restraining order against me. I'd like to know on what grounds the judge granted this restraining order against you. Was threatening messages? And look, you got to understand something. So let me level with you. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've had a lot of women crash out on me for my fault. Things that I did, bitch ass behavior I did to cause them to crash out. So if I didn't move with integrity, I could cause them to crash out and then take that into court as evidence for something. So I'm not blaming you in any way, shape, or form, but I would like to know a little bit more about this, because if the judge granted your stalker a restraining order against you, there had to be some kind of probable cause for that. There had to be a safety issue or something that the judge took seriously, to be honest with you. And as far as you contacting them, the restraining order really isn't from you to him. It's from him to you. So if he's not feeling threatened by it, he doesn't want to pursue it, doesn't want to press charges on you for violating it, I could see them not taking it very seriously or doing much about it. All right, so says, I didn't go to court, but he probably had a video of me yelling him in Spanish, and I dropped him off after he acted badly. Okay, well, I'm glad you dropped him off. I'm glad you got rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing there. Listen, the last thing I'm going to try to give anybody is legal advice here.
We don't want to give anybody legal advice. Johnny's right. But I can give you a few little tips to maybe help you go forward with this.
Yeah, we teach common sense. Legal advice costs common dollars.
All right, hold on a second here.
A lot of them.
You didn't go to court, but he showed up at court. All right, so it seems like, are you being polite to this guy? I mean, do you still have like a personal relationship with him? Are you like All right, I guess what I'm trying to ask you is, are you still smashing him on the side? And I'd also like to know if you've like tried to establish boundaries with him, like send him a message, don't contact me again. I'm not interested in any kind of communication. So
Yeah, I
let
mean,
us know. And if you want to call up about this, I'd love to ask some more questions.
yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of information we could probably use in that situation. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, obviously, it's clearly a toxic situation that would be much better avoided. But sometimes there's people who can't let go of that.
All right. She says, no, I completely blocked him, but he's reached out from new numbers and I don't reply. I just take screenshots. All right. So
Good to
are
have the evidence.
you feel like your safety is at risk? So he was like a one-night stand and he just can't get enough of you? That's not good. This guy probably has some mental issues.
Either that, or you really knew how to put it on. No, I'm kidding. I mean, no, I mean, there's definitely something that is worthy of avoiding with this particular individual.
So you blocked him, you ignored him. Do you feel like he's a threat to your safety? I guess that's my next question.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of above our pay grade here. So.
Well, I would tell you to take screenshots of it and work towards getting your own protection order against him. If there's already one granted against you, it shouldn't be too hard to get a prosecutor to grant another one.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people just need to stay away from each other. But if he's like actively coming around, this dude's like hiding in the bushes, trying to see what you're doing. You definitely need to do some things about it and protect yourself and take a couple extra steps that you normally wouldn't have to take. So I know you don't want to see him in court, but that probably would have been the smarter move for you, is showing up to court and saying, yeah, actually, I'm the one who needs the protection order here.
Yeah, I'm staying out of that one. I haven't quite been through something quite like that. But.
Well, I mean, okay, so here's the thing. If there was any kind of violence, if there's some kind of domestic violence situation, the judge is going to automatically grant a protection order. So if you were swinging on him, if there's some kind of video of you hitting him, if you got charged with assault as a result of it, then I could see them automatically granting a protection order. But the kind of dude that would do that is an advanced kind of petty. So he would probably also try to get you in trouble for violating that order. So the fact that he's not pressing it kind of tells me he's probably more. All right, how do I put this politely? He's butthurt.
Yeah.
So you don't want to give it up to him. So he wants to press the whole legal issue, but he's also trying to keep the door cracked in case you want to give him some more, because if you did want to put it on him again, then he doesn't want to involve the police.
All right. Man, that's twisty, but yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how I would say.
She says she doesn't think he's a threat, but it's hard because I feel so much hatred to men, not because of him. It's making me okay. I would tell you that you need some professional help. Johnny's right. Yeah. This is a little bit above our pay grade here. This is
we're not qualified
for that. On how to approach women, how to talk to women, how to have self-confidence, how to have self-discipline. I would say seek some professional help. But thank you for tapping in, and feel free to call in anytime. We appreciate the questions.
Yeah, we love you.
Johnny, if we're going back to Ben.
Yeah. As far as Ben goes, look, man, the best response is the one that he already gave her. Now, when we tell these young men that no response is a response, we're usually letting them know what it means when they send a text and get nothing back. But in this case, we are telling him to give her the response by not responding. And more importantly, move on, move up, and move forward, man. Work on yourself.
Here's the uncle warning label, nephew. If you take back somebody who has abandoned you twice, you need to understand that what you're consenting to going into this the third time around. Because when this pattern repeats itself, there is going to be no one to blame but you. I would say you don't need to do anything. Right now, your inaction is actually your answer. Let her stay gone.
That's
Let her
it.
stay gone. And look, I've had this, nephew. Sometimes women dismiss themselves from your life. And you know what? You got off easy, because the other option to that is telling her how much chaos she's bringing into your life, how you don't think this is going to be a good option for you long term. And then you got to break her heart and cut her loose. And then she's crying and it's going to turn into a whole thing for you. So the fact that she self-eliminated, Ben, nephew, she did you a favor, big dog.
Dude.
Shout
Trust
out
me.
to her.
Bless that bitch.
Yeah, not only that, you're going to learn to move on and remember that the pain that you think you're feeling is actually just transition. You are getting used to being something. You're getting used to something that, well, you're not used to. In other words, you are going to have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's what this is. You are, yeah.
Okay, look,
You are
that's where real growth lies. You cannot grow where you need to as a man, being safe and comfortable all the time. Put yourself in situations where you're uncomfortable. Do it over and over again every day and see how much you grow. I'm telling you,
Listen,
I promise you.
I have the rare opportunity tomorrow to sleep in because I don't have to be at the gym until noon. You know what time I'm waking up tomorrow? I'm waking up at 7:30 because I want to get a run in. You know why? Because it's cold. And I hate the cold. But I perform well in it. You know why? Because I'm fighting not only my own endurance, or in some cases lack thereof, but I'm also fighting my hatred for the elements. I'm fighting my discomfort. Because the more you become comfortable being uncomfortable, the more situations you can adapt to. And adaptability is part of the essence of what makes you the man you are meant to be.
Now, Johnny, I love that you said that, because I have trained my nervous system so much. I have pushed my nervous system further than I ever thought capable of doing. You know, I climbed cell phone towers for many years. I was a tower dog, and you're outside year round in that. So I was outside in the winter, 400 feet
Now, you
in
can
the
go
air,
ahead and do that.
changing out antennas. I love it.
Nope.
So as a result of that, I don't get cold. You know what else I've done with my nervous system, Johnny? I fast for 20 to 24 hours a day, and guess what? I don't get hungry. And I pushed myself even further, Johnny, because my diet is so strict. I don't get tired. I don't get cold. I don't get hungry. I don't get tired. And it's because I have trained myself to do all these. I pushed myself further than I've ever thought possible. And bro, I'm going to keep going.
I got to tell you, Bill, you really lost me at the 400 feet up a ladder thing. I'm over here like,
Nope.
yeah.
Oh man,
Nope.
I love it. Hey, the only reason I quit climbing cell phone towers is because I had kids, and you're like traveling all the time and living out of hotels, and I wanted to be at home and raise my children. So I stopped climbing towers, and I got a little local job. But it was just me in the sky. I loved it. It was great.
Nope.
All right, Johnny, next question. What do we got tonight? It's 10:30.
right, so,
We're running late. Sorry, nephews. I apologize.
Benjamin, get it together. All right, so
No,
question
Benjamin's
2 from
doing
Max.
just fine. Stay the course, Benny boy. Don't talk to her. Leave her alone. Time to go your separate ways.
No
You
reason to.
will find a woman who's not going to do you like that, dog. There are women out there who would never leave you.
So this is Max. Max says, did I mess up by answering a type question honestly? Went on a first date last week. Good vibe, easy conversation. At one point, she asks, so what kinds of girls are you into physically? I answered casually and honestly, well, I'm not. He goes, I'm not really into skinny girls. I genuinely was not talking about her, just giving a general preference. She immediately asked, so you think I'm fat? Half joking, half offended. She was testing you, brother. I clarified that I wasn't referring to her at all. The vibe dipped, but we finished the date normally. A few days later, I texted her saying she seemed cool and classy. She replied with, haha, cool and classy, not skinny. Pretty clear she was still hung up on it. But then she said she didn't feel romantic vibes and ended it. The question is this: is this one of those situations where women wear emotional subtext, men answer literally, and honesty ends up sounding like a personal critique even when it's not? Or was I actually being insensitive without realizing it? How are guys supposed to answer that question without lying, but without triggering insecurity?
All right.
The short answer is be unapologetically yourself and be honest about your preferences. Bill?
Okay, Johnny, shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. He speaks this language that maybe you've heard of. It's called womanese. But I'm going to go ahead tonight, Max, and I'm going to bridge the male-female translation gap clearly for you, nephew. You got to understand, as men, we speak literally. But women, nephew, they hear emotionally. You said, I'm not into skinny girls. You meant, I like a certain shape. She heard, you're not attractive to me. Why? Glad you asked. Because every woman secretly clocks her insecurities first. You hit a bruise she already had, but you didn't create it.
Well, my question is this.
Was it insensitive? Not intentionally, but it was careless. When a woman asks, what's your type, she isn't asking for a biological description.
No.
She's asking, real simple, do I fit into the category of the women you desire? Okay,
but my question is this. So she asks him what he's into. He says, not skinny girls. And so she assumes that because he's there with her at that moment, that he likes chubbier girls. She feels bad about herself because she's more concerned about being considered chubby than she is about him actually being attracted to her in this moment, face to face.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I love to give you the game on how to move forward, on how to conduct yourself. Max, it's why we're here. I go as far as to say it's my purpose, sir. So, I want to give you a little bit of game here, okay? Because there was a correct way to answer this, and I want you to learn. So when this happens next time, you don't repeat the pattern. You don't make the same mistake. And like I said, you learn and grow from engaging with us here tonight. So the correct way, without lying, because remember, sir, we always act with integrity. You're going to say, my type of woman is a woman who takes care of herself and carries herself with confidence.
Yep.
I'm sitting here with you. So clearly, I'm into what I'm seeing.
So far, so good.
Now, I guarantee you, nephew, you would have said that, you would have had a different night. But it is what it is. You wrote into your uncles. Now you know what to do moving forward. We're here to help. But you just be truthful, reassuring, and zero insecurity flare-ups. Because I got to tell you, nephew, I've seen some of the most beautiful women I know be insecure about the craziest little insignificant things that we as men don't care about. We care more about their behaviors than some of the stuff they're insecure about.
I got to tell you, some of the hottest girls that I've been with have also been the most insecure. Yeah.
So, but once you learn that, you learn how to not step on those landmines. Don't trip on them landmines. So,
well, and that's just it. I mean, but the biggest thing for me is like, as long as you're not apologetic for what you're out there looking for, yeah, because that's what that's your preference. You're allowed to have that. We're not saying, dumb that down. We're not saying, loosen up on that. No, if there's something you're specifically looking for, look for that specifically. But I
You
mean,
should
the
be
thing of it
looking
is
for
that
consistency,
Yeah.
nephew. How consistent she is should be a lot more important than not. Look, I understand you like what you like. You got to have a physical type. There has to be some attraction there. You don't want to date Chewbacca. You know, I get it. But a woman's consistency counts for a lot. And you know what counts for more than that? How enthusiastic she does things for you. That counts for so much when she is just happy to do it. So
she
don't
can be your
eliminate them.
Chewbacca.
Basically, don't eliminate them because of their looks right away. Eliminate them on their behaviors. Eliminate them because they're inconsistent. Eliminate them because they don't know how to handle pressure. Look, here's the thing. I'm going to give it to you straight, nephew. You guys spend too much time trying to chase pussy and you don't actually listen to women. You don't hear the things they're talking about. You don't listen to the relationships they have with their mom and their family
Much
members.
less read between
You're not
the
paying
lines.
attention to how they talk about their friends. You don't look at the things that are going to be indicative to how she's going to treat you down the road because while she's revealing this information, you're too busy trying to smash her. And that's not what we teach here. We teach you how to vet these women. And shout out to Boss Mac Topsoil. Dick is a gift. You shouldn't be trying to fuck these women off rip like that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you're going to realize, young men, as you get older is, when you get to be our age, Uncle Bill and I are having a lot of fun these days. And then we'll leave it at that. But the fact of the matter is that the reason we're having fun is because now we need a reason to have sex. When we were 25, we just needed a time and a place. And we were pretty flexible on that, weren't we?
Bruh.
All right.
We screwed up so you don't have to.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We screwed up so you don't have to, and that's why we're here. But you got to have more riz. Because really, you caused that. All right. Johnny talks about this from time to time, how women are going to shit test you. And that was kind of a shit test that you failed, sir. When you could have just kind of sidestepped it and, and the woman could cook a hell of an omelet, nephew, and you're never going to know. So.
Bless that bitch.
She's just not
and
the
I'm
right
a simple
one
ham
for
and
you,
cheese
nephew.
omelet kind of guy. You could,
So,
Green
hey,
peppers,
right
yeah.
back, if you got any other questions, call in with your questions. We love that you engage with us. Shout out to you.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have any really great relationship stories, positive, negative, or at least informative, hey, leave them in the comments. We'd love to read them. So we got question number 3 from Avery. And Avery says, how the hell do y'all find girls your type? He goes, dude, I'm so tired of looking, man. I haven't been on a date in 4 years. I'm into sweet, nerdy girls. So naturally, I've tried the library, bookstores, and the gaming shop. Excuse me. Hell, my socially awkward ass braved the damn TJ Maxx for fuck's sake. I love this. And not once did I so much as get a glimpse of a girl who was both my age and type. But then I go to a burger place and eat my feelings. And there she was. Absolutely perfect smile, sweet voice, my age, a little taller than me, absolutely perfect package. But naturally, I panic and forget to ask her out. You didn't forget. Listen, you didn't forget. You didn't forget. You didn't have any confidence in yourself, and you bailed on yourself. That's what happened. So being a relatively dedicated guy, I go back in a couple more times over 2 weeks, each time absolutely losing it and chickening out, until I finally give up and call my friend / wing girl and beg her to ask the girl for me, as if you were in 7th grade. Only to immediately learn that she has a boyfriend. I'm not mad, nor even surprised. She's a 10. I'm not stupid. Just kind of disappointed that I finally had a shot. Did you? and couldn't even muster the balls to find out she was taken myself. I know Johnny Dumbbell is going to drag me for this, and you're goddamn right. But I'd love to know what went wrong. And what do I do if I ever have this chance again?
Oh, you'll have another chance
Bill,
to freeze, nephew. I'm
gonna
sure,
need you to,
because
yeah.
that's exactly what happened. You didn't fail. You froze. And let me tell you why. Because you're trying to meet women who fit your fantasy while carrying the confidence of a man who doesn't think he deserves them. All right, you're out here hunting for this sweet, nerdy girl, but the second you saw her, your nervous system folded like a camp chair, bro.
Dude, I mean, okay, first of all, we only answer questions for those who are 18 and older, and I actually followed up with him to make sure he was actually an adult. Because, and the reason I did that was because you asked your friend, you asked a friend to ask her for you because you didn't have the baguettes to ask her yourself. I mean, you took every second-rate cowardly turn in this pursuit you could have taken. To the point where I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't even really have a boyfriend, but that was like her nice girl way of letting you down so that you didn't feel, like you... Man.
All right. Look, bro, you went back multiple times. Let's start with that. Can we talk about that?
That's the other thing.
Because you were hoping the universe was going to do the hard part for you. Like,
listen, I would love for it to work that way, but if it did, I'd still be married.
Johnny, if he can't order a burger, how the hell is he going to lead a relationship? You didn't lose her because she had a boyfriend. You lost the moment you backed out.
He hasn't even led the initial
you
interaction.
Lost the courage. You needed a friend. Look,
he hasn't even led the initial interaction. He asked another friend of his to lead it for him.
A woman friend at that, bro.
God.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if she has a boyfriend or not. And I know you guys don't want to hear this because women can't help who they're sexually attracted to. If she was feeling you, if she was into you,
nor can you.
She might have seen you as an upgrade. She might have left that dude who doesn't have a job, who mistreats her, who can't smash her right, who doesn't appreciate her, who takes her for granted, and leave him and upgrade to someone better. So it doesn't matter if she has a boyfriend. All right, look, I'm going to tell you something none of you guys want to hear. Every single woman you meet has somebody in their life when you meet them. Just because he's not officially her boyfriend doesn't mean there's not somebody she's talking to. Doesn't mean there's not somebody she's texting. Doesn't mean there's not a dozen guys in her inbox trying to offer her peen on Saturday night. You have to accept the fact that these women are out here in the world.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing with this dude,
want to sleep with them. It doesn't matter if she has a boyfriend, dog. She has guys trying to sleep with her every single week. You put all this judgment on her based on her looks, too, which is another thing I'm going to get on you about. Looks don't
Uncle
matter.
Bill, the one question I'm hung up on is when he says, I'd love to know what went wrong. Now, I can give you a list of things just from your last paragraph, but we can deny all that. We can leave all that aside. We can act like it didn't happen. The question should be, what didn't go right? You did not have self-confidence. You did not approach the situation as if you were leading and handling the tempo of how this was going to go. No, instead, you wanted somebody else to get the vibe for you because you couldn't stand to be there in person when things didn't go the way you were hoping they would. You are not used to hearing the word no. And if you are, you're terrified of it. You think it's going to break your knees, curve your spine, and stop America from winning the war. It's not.
Bruh.
But until you master your fear over rejection, because all rejection means is that you have another thing steering you to the right direction. This is not for you. Something else is. Go that way. No means no, but no also means go. Keep going.
Go and find
But
the one
instead,
real.
you asked a friend of yours to go in there and intervene for you because you couldn't stand the shame because you were expecting to be shot down. Boyfriend or no boyfriend. You did not believe in yourself. You didn't believe that a woman that you viewed as so perfect and already pedestalized her before you knew her middle fucking name. You based your value and how you view yourself on what her reaction was going to be. And you were only going to find out what that reaction was when your friend that you sent as a messenger got back to you. That's what went wrong. What didn't go right was that you didn't believe in yourself. You didn't stand on your own 2 feet. You didn't decide what you haven't even figured out who you are, let alone what you like about yourself. You're just wondering if you can pour yourself into her mold.
Stacy says, yes, most of us have a lineup, especially most of us, especially if attractive, have a lineup, options, etc. She just wasn't feeling the guy. You're right on that. Look,
It happens.
Stacy, I'll take that a step further. The women who aren't attractive have a lineup too. They have guys in their inbox too. They really do. So shout out to them. But look, nephew, Avery, I got you. You wrote into the right show. This is Ask Your Favorite Uncles, and your uncles are going to bail your ass out on this one, nephew. It's all love here, but I'm about to give you a little bit of tough love. The fix, though, is simple. You need reps, not fantasies. You need social reps, not romantic daydreams. Talk to women wherever you go, not because you want them, but because you want practice. Lead with patience, not perfection. Your job isn't to deliver the perfect line. Your job right now is to open your mouth and speak. Now, ask this every time you see a woman. All right. Will future me be proud or embarrassed of what I choose to do right now? If the answer is embarrassed, you need to act. Is she taken? Good. That's a rep without a risk. Say thank you and move on. You don't lack opportunity. You lack activation. Here's what, and you know what, nephew? We're activating you tonight. Here's what you're going to do going forward. When you see a woman you're attracted to, you're going to walk up to her and introduce yourself. Hello, my name's Avery. I just want to let you know, caught my attention. Just need to know if there's anybody in your life that's got a problem if I want to give you my number. Give her your phone number and get out of there. The whole thing should take less than a minute. You don't need to linger around and start interviewing her and asking her all kinds of questions. One, if she has anyone in her life that's going to have a problem if you give her your number. We don't ask women for their number. I'm not, at least. I'm not going to put myself into a position to where a woman is going to instruct me or tell me what I need to do. I'm always leading women. Here is my number. You text me. I'll take it a step further. You text me at this time. So what I'd like to see you do is go out and talk to more women. Get shot down. It's okay to get shot down. It's really, they're doing you a favor. It's like Uncle Johnny is telling you, no is the second best answer you can get. So let the women tell you no, and then go back and review your day. At the end of the day, go back and review what happened, what went wrong, what you could have did better, and build on the things that you did right. Because here's what's also going to happen, Avery. You're going to meet women who will take your phone number. Now, you're probably going to put your foot in your mouth and turn them off with the things you say, and they're going to get bored with you. But
He's 22, so yeah, probably.
At first, initially, the women who are feeling you, who are initially sexually attracted to you, they're going to take your number. They're going to be like, oh, he's cute, he's assertive, he's confident. They're going to take your number, bro, and build on that.
And I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to actually go even a step prior to that. Bill is absolutely correct. But before you're ready to do that, what I want you to do at least for a few days in a row, is every morning when you wake up in the morning, after you make your bed, I want you to get down there. I want you to face yourself in the mirror. Don't just look. I don't mean to fix your hair. I don't mean to, apply chapstick. I mean to take an actual look at who you think you are and ask yourself how you want to finish this day. I want you to take a look at yourself and say, what do I like about this? What do I not like about this? What do I want to improve? And I really want you to stop using the phrase I want to and start replacing with the phrase I'm ready to. Because when you do that, you are going to be taking one step closer to challenging yourself to be a better version of yourself. You're going to be working on yourself. You're going to be making you the main focus of what you want your life to be. I know, weird, right? But if you do that, what's going to end up happening is you're going to become the best version of yourself that you can be. People are going to witness that, especially the types of women that you're into, the types of women you want to attract. And most importantly, the types of women that should be able to fit the program that you have now created for yourself. It becomes a routine. It becomes an obsession. It becomes something you need to maintain that homeostatic feeling that you need every day in your life. Until you can feel a certain balance within that makes you like who you are to the point where you want to share that with another person. I would say get out there, have conversations. Again, get comfortable being uncomfortable. But stay out of relationships until you can actually decide who you are and who you want to be.
All right, gentlemen, hear me clearly. Your life, it's not going to level up because a woman chooses you. It levels up because you choose discipline, clarity, and standards. Every question we had tonight boiled down to the same pattern. Men losing themselves while trying to hold on to people who don't know how to hold themselves. Yeah. Stop chasing the next chance, the next apology, the next maybe. Chase the version of you who doesn't break his own rules. Some women come into your life to teach you attraction. Some teach you heartbreak. I can speak to that. Yeah. But the important ones, they teach you boundaries. So walk out of here tonight with your chest up, your head clear. If a woman wants access to your world, she's got to match your peace, not drain it. Yep. Look, lead yourself, protect your energy, and stand on business. And
every single goddamn day.
Hey, we'll see you next time, nephews. Now, go forth and conquer. Anything you want to add tonight, Johnny?
That's right, Uncle Bill. And remember, we are not going to be able to be there to help you out until Thursday night. So between now and then, remember, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park. Because accidents do cause people. Good night.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.